Right, so now we're going to fill that gap here, okay? Which, it can be really awkward to do, but I'm just gonna have a go myself and try and explain it as I go. So, firstly, okay, do you see where the nose, this area is coming out a bit? And I want it to be a straight line to there, roughly, before I start adding pink. So first thing we may as well do is add the black about by here and then just sort of fill in that gap to about there. Okay, so turning your work sideways, let's get your black ready. So let's have a look. So I'll call it the nostril part, okay, even though it's like shadowy. So let's have a look. I'm gonna pop it in about by there. So if you can sort of find somewhere similar on your nose, okay? Oh, I hope I can explain this, okay? So let's add our black, like this. Right, so, dog hair. In the next, so we won't do anything with that, but in the next stitch, let's just go into a single. Okay, so that was a single crochet. That's getting us going. And now it's going to be a bit fiddly to explain and do as I feel it needs to go. Right, here we go, let's try. So in the next stitch, I think I'm going to go for another single. Okay, I'm trying to hold it so I can see where I'm going. Okay, in the next one, I am going to do a half double crochet. Actually, I'm gonna have to just drop it a minute, get my yarn. Okay, I'm gonna have to fold him back a minute. Half double crochet. See, right. In the next stitch, I am going to do a double crochet. Right, and if we just sort of hold it back up again. There we go. So when you're doing this kind of thing on any project going forward, where you're adding the nose and you want to fill the gap, it's important to sort of make sure your nose is going to lie in the position that you want it to be. And it does take a lot of practice, okay? Even for me, I still mess it up all the time. So do you see what I mean? So my eye is there, my nose is that way, and I just want to fill that gap. So for example, if I put a stitch in there and I went, that's fine, and then I attached it to the eye, your nose would do that. That's what you want to avoid that. So I'm going to carry on now doing a double crochet until I get close to this stitch here, and then I'm just going to slip stitch to connect it to this side, okay? Right, here we go. So another double crochet. So I'm going to do one more and then just double check it again with you guys. There you go. See, I need to do at least another 2 or 3, okay? It might be different for you, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing to figure it out myself. And yeah, you can make yours work too. So I'm going to do another double crochet. And then we'll just lay it down flat again and have a look. Right, let me just move that. Okay, dog hairs everywhere, honestly. Right, okay, let's see. So, let me move that. Okay. Right, so my nose and my eye, I'm quite happy with the way that eye is by there. And my nose, I think, if I was to connect it there now, that would look fine to me. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so if I bring it up like this, do you see that? So wherever it brings you to, you're going to just pop your hook into the side of your eye that we made and then slip stitch. And then we're just going to cut it and pull through. There we go. So there's a lot of adding and cutting for this, trial and error as well. So let's have a look. Right, he's got a funny nose, isn't he? Right, okay. So there we go. So now what I want to do is, well, let me bring my picture over a bit. Okay, so what I want to do now is, I think the best way to go forward would be to add this flash of light here. Yeah, so if we do add the white, then we can add some pink, and then we'd have to work up that way again to join on. Yeah, let's just start. I'm sorry. I might be overcomplicating it with my rubbish explanations, but okay, so around about here, yeah, about here, we're going to add some, we'll just go straight for white, shall we? But if you prefer pink, light pink, go for that. Right, so let's turn our work that way so we can see. Okay, so about here, that's where I'm going to add the white. So let's pop that in like this. So I'm going to start with a chain 1, yarn over, half double crochet in the next, then I'm going to do double crochet again in the next one, double crochet, and then in the same space I'm just going to half double crochet it, single in the next, and then I might in the same space slip stitch it. So rather than carrying it on, I'm just going to slip stitch it into the same space as that single crochet. Okay, and then pop it back through. Oops, sometimes I do pull yarn. Ooh, it's all ripping. Okay, there we go. And then let's add some light pink and mix it with the white. Okay, so light pink and the white, and we'll use the two yarns together. Okay, so so much hair now. Right, so maybe next to where you started the white, let's just pop our hook in and join the two colors. Okay, chain 1, and then let's go straight, let's just work, let's start working straight into the side of, well, I feel like I can go straight into that half double crochet, to be honest, skipping the chain 1. Yeah, so I'm gonna single crochet into that. Whoops, hang on, and another single crochet, and then I'm going to half double crochet in that same space. Okay, in the next, half double crochet again, and then what I want to do is just use my light pink. You can carry on with the 2 if you prefer, but I'm just going to switch it just to using the pink. I'm going to yarn over, double crochet in the next. I feel like I need another one in there, so 2 double crochets in that last stitch. Whoops, okay, and let's go for a single along the side. Let's do some singles across here until we get to that darker pink. And then I'm going to slip stitch to finish that little section off. Cut it, pull through. Oop, there we go. Okay. Right, so that's a little flash of colour, light on his cheek. So now I want to bring these two sections together. So it's going to mean using the darker pink and filling in this gap here. So let's have a go. And it's the same thing, you don't want to be attaching it and then pulling that across. Just keep on checking and making sure that the nose is in the position that you want it to be in, you know, relative to the eye. Okay, here we go. So let's get our darker pink. Let me see. Right, hang on. So, yeah, I think where we joined that black, let's go roughly, yeah, roughly by there. I think that'll be fine to start us off. So let's join our dark pink. Okie dokie. Let's start with chain 3, yarn over, and then, oh, that's a bit of a weird stitch. Yarn over, I'm going straight into a double crochet. Yeah. It needs tying at the back, that's why it's a bit loose, that stitch. Double crochet again in the next. So I'm just going to go so far with the double crochet and then stop to check how it's going. Double crochet, and I dropped a bit of the yarn there. There we go, fixed. Double crochet. Okay, because obviously there's a bit of a curve here, but we should be okay. Whoops. Okay, another double crochet, and now I'm just gonna lie it flat to see how we're looking. Okay, so tuck some of the yarn bits behind so I know. Okay, okay, for this one it might be best to do half double crochets and then connect it around about there, you know, but we'll just see how that goes. Just put my hook back in. So I'm going to half double crochet and another half double crochet, and then there we go. That's feeling okay, that is. So I am just going to like pop it into the side like this, anywhere really, just to bring that bit together with a slip stitch. And let's cut that and double check. If you feel it doesn't look right, you know, you can always just undo it. Do it. Oh, I can't get it through. Yep, okay. Right. So let's see how that's lying. We can see how my nose is going that way a little bit, but I can always pull it in with some, you know, decrease stitches here, or I could always stitch it there and there with a couple of stitches. So we'll have a little look now. Right, yeah, I think, yeah, okay, so I'm going to join it here. So let's go, keep going with the dark pink. All right. I always find they start looking so much better when you fill in these sort of gaps. Just look odd up to that point. Right. Okay, so chain 1, and I'm going into the next stitch with a single. In the next stitch with a half double crochet. Half double crochet again. Half double crochet. Now let me just have a look at it. What would I do? Let's see. So, right. This is the best way that I could explain it now. Okay, so I've done a couple of stitches in, I've left it here. So what I could do is, now I can sort of, you've got a bit of movement in your crochet, haven't you? So I might stitch that like that, and by doing that, it sort of brings my nose looking a bit more in line with the eye. Let's have a look. What do you think? There. So you'll have to eyeball your own work and see what you think yours needs to do. So you might think, oh no, I need a couple more stitches, but you can sort of see there, I need it to be like that. So I'm just gonna pull it through here leave a little bit of yarn, and then just stitch it. Use a darning needle to stitch that together with here, by there. Okay, so I'll just do that a minute. This is why I find it so difficult to do patterns for this type of crochet, because yeah, it is just too difficult. And you can sort of see what I mean now. How would I explain that in writing, you know? So here we go, I'm just stitching it up. So I like to, when I'm stitching it, I like to go into the back. If it was the same color, it doesn't really matter. But because this is darker than that, I'm gonna go into the back loops. It just looks nicer, I think. So it kind of just disguises that you've stitched it, I suppose. I'm going to pop another stitch in there and do that like that. And it's made a little hole there, but again, you can just put a couple of black stitches in there and that'll be fine. Okay, so there we go. So that is how that is looking so far. All right, okay, so now we can start working like that, yeah? And once this bit here is sort of covered, it'll start looking a bit better. Okay, so let's start on the side of the pink by there. It's like chain 2, I think I popped it in. Okay, add in my dark pink. Let's pull through a bit. Whoops, hang on. Okay, whoops, right, chain 1. Haven't got that. Straight into the next sort of stitch or chain, whatever's there, single crochet. And I'm going to, my stitch is going to get bigger as I try and reach across, so I'm going to attach it there, okay? So half double crochet in the next, half double crochet again. So you can do something similar on yours. If you've got like a bit of a triangle V section to fill, just get your stitches to go bigger. I don't tend to do triple crochet, just so you know. I just sort of do double, and that's a double there. Whoops. Okay, now for this bit I'm just going to attach it with a slip stitch there, see, which covers that area, and I'm going to cut that, so that gives me a nice smooth edge to work along now for the next round. Not round, row. Oh, right, okay, here we go. Right, okie dokie. So, yeah, so I'm just going to go from here now, and it will be dark pink, and I'm just going to, like, I don't want to go up here because that's going to be my black, so I'm just going to start filling this section here, okay? So let's do it. We'll carry on, doing well. Okay, you can add it pretty much anywhere really. If you wanted to go from here, fine, but I am going to pop it in there, which is third up, okay? Chain 1, and into the next I'm going to single crochet, and single crochet again, half double crochet, in the next is a double, I'm going to do a double in the next, a double again, and then just sort of keep looking, sticking with the double crochets a moment. Double crochet, I'm going to put another double in the same because I'm sort of making it around to the left there without, I don't want it to pull too much. So another double in the same stitch. And this is a good thing as well to point out. When I say in the next stitch, sometimes it's not actually a stitch. It might be a chain, it might be, I don't know, a bit of connecting yarn, it might be where I've stitched it. If there's a gap, stick it in. It doesn't really matter. Remember, it's free form, it's not a pattern. It doesn't have to look perfect. So just use what you've got. Because obviously if I skip that, it's going to be a gap. So you can't be having that, can you? So, yeah. And it can be quite difficult. So this is why I use a 2mm hook. My ones are quite like pointed. So I'm going to do a double crochet in there and I'm feeling for it. Look at that. It's quite, there you go. And then I'm going to do a half double crochet. Okay. And yeah, and carry on. Half double crochet. I think I can get away with another half double crochet and then a single and finish with a slip stitch. That was, yeah, just pot luck that I made it to the black there, but there you go. Cut that. Right, here he is. So far so good. Let me think now. A bit more dark pink. So I might start from here now. Let me pull it up a bit. I'll start from here and just sort of work my way around and end it about here. Okay. Yeah. And I think we'll leave it there for this one. So, okay. What did I just say? I don't know what I just... Oh yeah, starting there. Okay, so let's just join our dark pink again. Here we go. I'm going to chain one, and in the side of those chains, start with a single, straight into a half double crochet, and then a double. And I'm going to put another stitch in there because it's sort of brought me to the point where I'm going to be turning around. There we go. And I'm going to do another double. This one is going to be a half double crochet, half double crochet, another half. So I'm just kind of making it up to there, to the point where I don't want to go around that corner again, so I'm going to stop about there. So half double crochet, half double crochet, and then single, and then slip stitch. There we go. Sort of making that little bit of a shape here, there, like whoop, down there, where we can add the beard after. Okay, so let's cut that. Let's cut that. Pull it through the back. And that's that part of the cheek done. Well done.